In this video, I will justify my stance on incremental removal of the white man from the gene pool of society. We'll start with Yakubu Gowon from the 1967 Civil War, really 1966. The actions he made in office, siding with the Muslims, the lack of action to stop the Muslims from massacring the Igbos resulted in about 3 million lives and 1.1 million innocent non-combatant lives at least. And I move on to Mengistu Haile Hairam, the guy who killed Haile Selassie, put him under his fucking chair, bragged about it, communist. He ruled Ethiopia from 74 to 91, the whole time killing Ethiopians, rape is rampant, taking their stuff, thinking he's a gangster, communist piece of shit. Next, I give you Kim Sung. He was from North Korea. He joined the Chinese Communist Party. He too didn't like Christianity. He too signed with the feminists who wanted, feminists with a nationalist sentiment to bring down the church, as well as different economic powerhouses like Rockefeller and the other globalist bankers who have vested interest in population control. Next, I give you Ismail Enver Pasha. He was a dictator in Turkey, real scumbag. His political exploits in a mere 6 years around World War I were responsible for 2.5 million dead. I could dedicate a whole video to him, so I'm just going to go through these guys quickly. You get Hideshi Tojo. He's the guy who authorized the attack on Pearl Harbor, Japanese general, 1941, 1944. Arguably responsible for 5 million lives. I don't agree with that estimate on this, but, good enough. Anyway, we get to Leopold II of Belgium. He was a real piece of shit. He extorted the people of Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, not under Francis code, which was the Republic, and he extorted them for rubber. Forced labor resulted in about 2 to 15 million dead of people of Congo. He established the Forced Republic to force his crackdown and kill many peoples. Next, you get Adolf Hitler. Obviously, we know what he did. We know how he invaded Poland and Norway and started all that shit. And we know about Joseph Stalin and how he messed with people's food, and the people who lived further away were the farmers, and he would extort them, and he made them give up all their food. They starved while the people in the city did well. They died off. So nowhere is safe when you have a dictator in charge. The answer isn't moving out to the suburbs. Everybody is in the same institution. You have to stick up for your fellow man against the racist white elite who should be shot and killed immediately. Now, we go on to Mao Zedong. We all know about Mao. We all know how we all know about the Boxer Rebellion in China. We all know about how Mike Tyson has Mao on his arm, and we all know how he's responsible for millions and millions of Chinese. Again, I think they overshoot the estimate, but he definitely is up there. I actually would put Stalin above Mao in how many lives he personally was responsible for careless political action, but seeing how YouTube messed up my last video, and they are most likely to mess up this one too, I'm going to end this one pretty early before they can mess it up again. Now, put it into perspective. What does this chart show you? It shows you that the people who want population control have always funded dictators who kill people, and they've always caused wars all over the world. Remember the first one: Nigeria, Ethiopia, North Korea, Cambodia, Pol Pot, Turkey, where you have Ismail Enver Pasha, Hideshi Tojo, Japan, Leopold, Belgium, Germany, Hitler, Stalin, Soviet Union, Mao Zedong, China, and the list goes on. We could add Albert Pike, Robert E. Lee, Andrew Johnson to the list. We could add other people to the list as well. We could add Sheikh Abu Bakr, Osama bin Laden, Musharraf. Benazir Bhutto was assassinated by, well, I'm not going to venture to say who did it, but we all know who did it. We know that there's a globalist regime that wants population control, be it by poison chemical weapons, as they used gas in World War I and World War II, or they used gas in Kuwait. Okay, remember the drilling. The war in Kuwait was about oil, the drilling the oil. Afghanistan, oil, drugs, controlling the drug trade, making sure the drug sheiks we want in charge are in charge. Same thing with Mexican drug war, making sure the crooks we want in charge are in charge. The idea is that no matter what you do, somebody's going to be in charge. It may as well be somebody working for you. And is to control all sides and to have the dark side temples in charge of the drug trade paying homage to Rothschild as well. So, what you have here is a partial list. This isn't even a fraction. I didn't even put Mugabe on there. I didn't put Idi Amin on there. I mean, you know, the guy who made it didn't put, I didn't add the other guys to it and put other pictures on there. I did not add many other dictators who are trash as well, including dictators of groups like the AWB and Terre Leblanche. Woods like that. I didn't put David Duke and the Aryan Brotherhood up there. I didn't put Peg Leg Joe Morgan and the Mexican Mafia up there. I didn't put the Contras. I didn't put Pablo and them, Chapo and them, the crooked ass queer faggot Zetas who want to be a bunch of Zorros and fucking pink tights who are getting caught by the Navy because every other law enforcement agency is so corrupt that they're on their side. The same thing that's happened in Mexico is happening here, except for it's people who are more civilized and who have been doing this for longer. Everyone thinks that Mexicans have been doing this for a long time. No. The Mafia goes back to the Templars. The Mafia goes back to the ancient elites who were invading Egypt and taking the knowledge. The whites who controlled the mercenaries who would get rich on war profiteering. They would get rich on the Egyptians fighting with the Nubians, the Egyptians fighting with the Hittites. They were mercenaries that were added to the armies, and then they would come in, and the Indo-Europeans would come in, and then eventually the Greeks, the Romans, the Turks, the Arabs, and the British, of course. Not in that order, but you get my point. Understand that there's also Persians, Assyrians, and Babylonians involved. Understand who was there, why they were there, who are the Ubayyads, what were they doing, how do they connect to Egypt. Babylon was a part of Egypt, the Nok culture in Igbo land. You have to understand the connections. But I gotta end it before it fucks up again. Thank you.